al esfuerzo y al heroísmo de una revolución. No los queremos, no los necesitamos.
Yep. Good morning, Internet. It's Uncle Lou here. Yep, that's right. It's me, Uncle Lou, live on Lutube for you. Thanks for watching. This is the Lunch Money Show with me and Pigskin Pete. What's up, Pete?
Yo, yo, yo. Did you finally see the movie?
No.
Oh, no.
No. I think I probably am, though. I think you talked me into it. But,
yeah.
I just hate going back on my word, but what are you going to do? Everybody won't shut up about it, so I guess I got to go see it.
Yeah, peer pressure.
Yeah, it's a bitch, ain't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, appreciate everybody tuning in to the Lunch Money Show. Me and Pigskin Pete do this almost every Monday.
Almost.
We do it every Monday during the season for sure. Maybe sometimes in the off season we take a Monday off here or there, but point is we're here today, and so are all of you. So we appreciate all of you tuning in. B Bean, Michigan fan, Billy Cole, P Digits, Kirby's Visor, Vodka Drinker, Macklin Griffin, D4 Sports, okay then, Alan A, Millis Vanillis, Brad Pitt, Roger Dodger, Maverick the Card movie with Mel Gibson. That's a good movie too. I haven't seen that in forever. Have you ever seen that, Pete?
Which one is it now?
Maverick with Mel Gibson, where he's the Old West poker player or whatever on the riverboat.
Oh, yeah. You know what? It's been a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, I'd like to see that again. It's been so long I've seen that one, I could watch it like it was the first time again. I really don't even remember that much about it. But yeah, that was a good one. Illiterate BVD is here.
What happened to dyslexic BVD?
I'm assuming it's whoever's doing that is the same person.
Yeah.
There's another one too called Give B Me V Money D.
What?
There's like 3 or 4 BVD troll accounts that all popped up in the last few weeks. Or maybe they've been around longer and I just didn't notice.
I think they're new.
Okay.
Poor BVD. He posted a video about probably getting his leg amputated.
Oh, no. What, today?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I saw a picture he posted on Facebook that I wish I hadn't have seen.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Somebody played it on the air. I couldn't watch it, though. I turned around. I can't look at that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, he said, I think 2 weeks. He's trying some crazy, I don't even know what it's called, but some kind of crazy treatment. If it doesn't work within 2 weeks, they're going to take his leg from the knee down. So we'll see.
I don't, I guess you don't know if you're not in that position, but he's been in and out of the hospital and everything else for a year straight now.
Yeah. I can't speak to the guy, but judging from his body language and his tone, I feel like he's kind of like accepted it, and he'll be better off in the long run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say without.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what I would do if I was in that position, but it seems like you would get to the point where you're just like, you know what? If taking it off is going to keep me from living here in the hospital for another year.
Right. And being miserable 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know, it's terrible. I would never want to be in that position, but Anyway.
Well, maybe something will change for the better. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, how is everybody doing? Did everybody have a good weekend? I hope you did. I streamed. Well, I didn't stream it. Somebody else was streaming. It might have been Tiger Baskins last night. And I was at the local card game here in town. And so I muted it, but I joined their stream. But luckily, I won a few hands while I was streaming. I was worried I was going to go broke with everybody watching, but I actually won a couple of hands. Then my phone went dead before I lost.
So you were streaming somebody else was streaming, but you were on the StreamYard.
Right, it was Tiger Baskins, if I remember right. It was late, and he wasn't doing his video game thing. He just had 2 or 3 people on the StreamYard with him, hanging out or whatever. And I just joined the stream and muted my phone.
Now, do you ever worry that somebody else at the poker table could turn their phone on Tiger Baskins stream and see your hand?
No.
No,
No.
because they don't even know about it.
Right. I wouldn't
Gotcha.
do it on my channel.
Right.
But I feel confident in my assumption that nobody at that card game knows who the hell Tiger Baskins is.
Okay, gotcha.
So, yeah.
That's a pretty good assumption.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. And they don't even know I'm streaming, I don't think, because I just propped the phone up on the table.
Yeah.
And everybody has their phone on the table anyway. So I don't think anybody, I mean, they wouldn't care even if they knew, but I don't advertise it. Anyway, what are we talking about here? Oh, Slob softball, Slob Olympics, and the talent show. Let me start with the talent show real quick and just get that out of the way. If you want to participate in this year's Lutube's Got Talent show, season 3, we've done it the last 2 Junes, and we're going to start it again next week. There's 7 or 8, I think, people have sent videos in, but we need a few more. We need at least 10 to make it worthwhile doing it. So if you've watched, and this is on the morning show, not the lunch money show or call-in show. This is on the morning show that I do on my second channel. So if you're familiar with the talent show, if you've watched it in years past, maybe you submitted a video in years past and just didn't realize it was coming back around already. If you would like to participate in Lutube's Got Talent, video your talent, whatever that talent may be, and email it to me at lutubetalent@gmail.com. lutubetalent@gmail.com, and we'll give something away to the winner and the loser. We have a winner, and we have like an ultimate loser. We have a winners and a losers bracket, and the worst talent always gets something too.
Now, I got a couple questions about this. How many contestants did you have last year? Do you remember?
I think it was like in the mid-20s.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a lot. The first year, I think we had somewhere between 15 and 20. Last year, it was more than that. It was, I think, over 20. It took an entire month just to do the talent show last year.
Yeah.
It took way too long, actually.
No. I know who won. It was Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Who was the ultimate loser? Was it the sandwich guy?
I think it was Alan A.
What did he do?
Slapped his knees.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that will do it.
Yeah, Alan says last year's ultimate loser is here. Yeah, good to see you, Alan.
Okay, there he is.
B-Bean, there's nothing. No one has ever sent a talent video in that I didn't accept. And like Pete said, what was that? That was a young kid too. Looked like he might have been 15 or 16 years old or something, I think, last year.
Yeah, he made a sandwich with like no mayonnaise or mustard, and it was just like one slice of whatever it was, turkey or whatever the sandwich meat he used. It was one slice of it.
Yeah.
And cheese. And that was it, right?
That was it. It was literally like a minute and a half, and he made a sandwich, and he described in detail what he was doing. First you get 2 pieces of bread, and then he goes, then you put like a pound of meat on there, but then he only put like a slice and a half of meat on there, but he called it like a pound of meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think 1 piece of cheese. Yeah, dry ass roast beef sandwich. That's what we called him. We called him a dry ass roast. If you want to vote for dry ass roast beef sandwich, man, type 1 in the comment section.
Now,
yeah.
I have a 7-year-old, Pete Jr. He can make a sandwich better than that guy. I'm not even kidding.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you. But yeah, we've had people sending actual talents, whether musical stuff, playing the guitar, singing. The Bigfoot that won last year played the guitar, the fiddle, the drums,
the
piano. Yeah, he kind of did it all.
Yeah.
We've had artists time lapse themselves drawing pictures. In fact, I think he tied with Bigfoot last year, the artist guy.
Oh, yeah, that guy was good.
Yeah.
Didn't he draw like the Georgia player, and then he drew
Jordan
one of, like,
Davis and Kirby Smart? Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy was good.
Yeah, he tied, I believe, with Bigfoot, if I remember right. So got a lot. You have people that send actual talents, and then you have people that just send silly shit in. And honestly, you need some of both. It's just like American Idol or America's Got Talent. You like to see the people that are really good, or you want to see the people that are really bad. You don't really want to see the just kind of so-so people. So it's good to have both some silly shit and some actual talent. So if you want to participate, just send an email to lutubetalent@gmail.com. And again, that's going to start next Monday over on the Mustard Shoe, what some people call it a morning show, on my second channel. So there's that shameless plug for the talent show. And I think we have some news about Slob softball and Slob next year's Slob Olympics too. So this will be the first annual Slob softball coming up in about 6 weeks?
Yeah, what's the date? What's the day of the actual thing? The 23rd?
The 23rd, yeah.
Yeah, so the 22nd, 23rd ish.
Yeah. The 23rd is a Saturday. Yeah. So I think a lot of people, are going. Well, give us the details on it, Pete. It's where is it? In Athens, or right outside of Athens, or something, right?
Yeah, I guess we probably should have Raj to give the exact. I don't know, but I guess it's in Athens. As far as other than that, like the details, I don't know what time the softball game starting, the pregame, the post. I don't know any of that. That's all Raj and Traveling Fools.
Yeah.
Now, I know some people are coming up a day or two early. I know we're coming up a day early. I think you guys are. Colby and I don't even know who else staying there. Tiger Baskins.
Yeah.
The trap Mr. and Mrs. Fools. There's like 10 people I know for sure that are coming up the day before and staying. Getting a house together.
Right. Staying through Sunday.
Right.
Yeah, but kind of like the Slob Olympics, all the actual stuff is on one day, Saturday. We're doing a cookout and a softball game, and we've rented out. It's a recreation department from what I gather from Raj that runs the softball field, and we've rented it out for the entire day. And there's
and Raj paid an extra couple $100 to have a policeman watch over us so that we can drink cold beer.
Right.
Or he can drink cold beer.
Yeah. Which I don't see. First of all, it's not a good idea for a bunch of slobs to be out doing any sort of physical activity. I mean, we've already proven that twice at the Slob Olympics. But I really don't think it's a good idea for a bunch of 40 and over slobs to be running around in 100-degree heat, drinking beer and doing physical activity.
Listen, man. I love beer as much as the next guy, but I'm with you. I might have to wait till after the game is over.
Yeah.
Like I didn't drink during the Slob Olympics either. I waited till afterwards.
Right.
You wouldn't know that from watching me run the 40, but I didn't.
Now, Raj will be drinking all day.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but beer is like water to him.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's true.
So.
He needs it just to function, I think.
Right.
So he'll have no problem, but other people, I'm not so sure. But yeah, so a softball game. We've got the two captains. It's Raj is one captain and Traveling Fools is the other captain. They've already picked teams. So just like the Slob Olympics, though, if you want to come hang out with a bunch of us for the weekend, everyone is invited. It's the weekend of July 23rd up in Athens, Georgia. The cookout and everything is going to be on July 23rd, the softball game and the cookout. I don't even know. Do you know what we're cooking out?
It sounds to me like a smorgasbord. There's somebody's grilling ribeyes. There's somebody grilling hamburgers and hot dogs. As far as I know, there's probably going to be too much food.
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing. And, I'm assuming some people will bring like sides, like, barbecue style sides, potato salad, potato chips, whatever.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Who is it that's cooking the ribeyes? There's two people grilling out.
Yeah.
I know P Digits is one of them. And I know I'm missing somebody.
I definitely want to know who's doing that because I want to make sure I get marked down for a ribeye.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
There's somebody else. There's two people. Maybe, you know who it is? It's Sir UGA, I think is the other one.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
P Digits and Sir UGA are the grill masters of the day.
Okay.
So sounds like between the two of them, we'll have plenty of steak and whatever else to go around.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Hoghead.
We'll have a good time.
See, D4 says Hoghead bringing the steak.
Oh, okay. He was in here earlier. He said he'd be back later. So if I see him, I'll be sure and tell him how much I like him. And that he's one of my favorite people and all that. And to please put me down for a ribeye.
Yeah, and of course, I think I won't have any problem throwing a couple dollars at whoever brings all that meat.
Yeah.
You know.
Feeding the slobs is an expensive proposition.
Yeah, have you seen some of these people?
Yeah. Yes, I have, sir.
Not you, but I'm just, that's a hypothetical or a rhetorical question, I guess.
Yeah, we'll have a good time. It's going to be fun. A softball game, a cookout, hang out for the weekend. It's kind of the opposite of every year for the Slob Olympics, we pray that it's not too cold. I'm kind of praying that it's not 110 degrees.
Yeah, it's going to be the opposite.
Yeah, it probably will be, though.
Pigeon Forge, yeah.
It's going to be hot as hell, I'm sure. I'm going to bring a cooler full of water. Raj can have all the beer he wants. I'm bringing a cooler full of water.
I'm looking forward to the X-Wing Sports softball video. I'm assuming he's going to bring his drone because that would be perfect for softball.
Oh, yeah. That would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does a good job on that every year with the Slob Olympics, filming it and then putting a video together.
Yeah, I think I might just set my phone up on a tripod or something. Hell, maybe even on the fence. Is there a fence out there? I don't know.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is.
Something.
Yeah, if it's a county-owned softball field, I'm assuming it's fenced in. Might even have dugouts.
Wouldn't that be something?
I mean, if it's not a professional-looking softball field, I'm going to be upset because we're professionals.
Right.
And, we need a professional environment. Does anybody watch Major League Baseball? I saw believe it or not, it was a TikTok video today. Not that I sit around and watch TikTok, but I did come across a TikTok video today of a person showing pictures of the Oakland Athletics baseball game from, I guess, this weekend, maybe yesterday. Said there was 800 people there.
Damn. Wow.
They showed a picture that someone took who had really good seats, like right behind home plate. And it was taken with a wide angle lens, so you could see the entire field, meaning you then could see the entire bleachers in the outfield and along most of the sides too. And you couldn't see anybody. So I'm guessing whoever was there, wherever their tickets was, didn't matter. They just all went and sat behind home plate because you couldn't see a single soul in the stands.
I was going to say, if there's nobody there, I'm going to have good seats too.
Yeah. And then the video that he made was talking about how attendance is down in baseball, like league wide. And then he was, the best example of that is the Oakland Athletics. Here's a picture from their game yesterday. That he said they announced an attendance of 5,000, but he said, look at this picture. There's no way there's 5,000 people there.
Yeah. Now I don't know if that's an issue across Major League Baseball because you mentioned it was an Oakland game.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's issues going on in Oakland right now, San Francisco and Oakland area. I wonder if that has anything to do with it.
Yeah, maybe.
It's got to, right? I mean, maybe not. I don't know, but
I don't mind going to a baseball game. I don't. I can't stand to watch it on TV. I really feel like baseball, more than any other sport, is an in-person sport, more so than TV. And so I don't mind. If Alex wanted to go to a game or whatever, I've taken him to games before, and I don't mind going to the games. The heat can be bad sometimes, but I don't mind going and watching a baseball game in person. I can't watch it on TV though. I just can't do it.
Well, I'm the same way. On Tap Sports, he said 162 games a year, many of them during the weekdays, small crowds for double. Yeah. But I mean, that's always been that way, first of all. And second of all, the summer should be the peak of their attendance because kids are out of school. And I know that I've been to baseball games in Atlanta before. I mean, back in the 90s, where it was, maybe half attendance, not sold out, not particularly exciting, but still, that's a lot different than 800 people. Now, things were different back then as far as cost of going to a game and things like that as well. I don't know. It's been so long since I've been to an MLB game. I don't even really know how much a cheap seat is or how much it costs for anything anymore. Parking,
I'm not sure how up to date this is, but I found a list here, Major League Baseball attendance by team. I wish it showed me like versus previous years or something, but Oakland is dead last. They're averaging 8,000 people per home game.
I can't help but think that has something to do. Now, what about San Francisco? Because obviously that's right next to Oakland. I mean, it's basically the same city.
They're 10th.
They're 10th. Wow. Okay. Well, then there goes my theory about that.
Now, are they good and Oakland is terrible? I have no idea. I don't know who's in first place, last place. I don't know any of that. But I'm assuming San Francisco must be better than Oakland. Maybe that's got something to do with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
The Dodgers are number 1. St. Louis number 2. Atlanta's 3rd.
Look who's 29th. I wonder if that's because there's so much to do in Miami that nobody cares about baseball, just like they don't care about football.
Yeah, only 11,000 average there. Tampa Bay's at 13,000, but they've been canceled anyway. So.
Oh, they have?
Yeah.
Should I even ask why? Probably not.
No.
Okay, good. Move on.
Just know that if you own a company in Florida and you say something that the governor disagrees with, he's taking away all your money. He did the same thing to them he did to Disney.
How can he take away private franchises' money?
They were getting $35 million in public assistance.
They were?
For upgrades, yeah, and he took it away.
No.
You big dummy!
So, rest in peace, Tampa Bay. I don't even know what they are. What are they?
The Rays.
The Rays. Yeah. That's how much I pay attention to baseball.
Well, they used to be the Devil Rays, but now they're the Rays. I guess maybe because it's the Bible Belt. Don't want to be devil. Anything.
Yeah, that's right. Is Duke still the Blue Devils?
They are.
Okay.
Yeah. For the time being, who knows? We'll see.
Eventually, are they going to be just the Blues?
The Blues, yeah.
The Duke Blues. Oh, that's crazy. Anyway, so the Slob softball game will be fun. I got to get a glove.
I got to find my glove. I know I have one somewhere.
Oh, you know what? My dad said my dad's got one. I was talking to him about it. I think it was when we went out to eat for my birthday or something. And we were talking about the softball. I was telling him about the Slob softball game, which in a weird way he thinks is even more strange than the Slob Olympics. I don't, but
well, we'll see. He might be right.
Yeah. But I was telling him, I said, yeah, I have to go buy a glove. And he was like, "Oh, I got a couple. I'll just let you. I'll just give you one. Let you use one or whatever." So
I know Raj is bringing like 5 gloves. But see, the problem with me is I'm ambidextrous and amphibious, so I throw left-handed, which means I have to get a left-handed glove or a right-handed glove to throw left-handed.
Mm-hmm.
But I bat right-handed. Anyway, I got a special glove. So unless there's any other lefties out there, then nobody can give me a glove. I got to either find mine or go buy one.
Yeah.
Which they're not easy to find either. Because even if you go somewhere like Dick's, they might have one left-handed, a right-handed glove, whatever you want to call it. But they don't have like a whole selection you can choose from, like if you were right-handed. You know what I'm saying? You have to get what they got.
I was going to go. They have a place here called Play It Again Sports. It's all used stuff.
Yeah, we have that here too.
But it's probably going to be even harder for you at a used store to get a left-handed glove. Or a glove for a left-handed person. Yeah. I throw right-handed, but of course I bat left-handed or right-handed, either one. But I got picked last though.
I actually can bat right. I can bat both too, but I prefer to bat right-handed. But being a lefty, I can bat left-handed.
Yeah.
Yeah. On Tap Sports says I ran into Bobby Durkins yesterday at a cookout randomly. Awesome dude. Hey, did you tell him I said hello? I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah, he doesn't do all that much on YouTube in the off season. You know.
No, he doesn't. No.
Yeah, he's more of a during the season guy.
Yeah, he just he does it for fun.
Right.
He's got a lot going on, job and whatever.
And he's never been somebody to like just hang out in the comment section of live streams and stuff too. So unless you catch him, on one of his streams, it's hard to see him or talk to him. But yeah, his videos are great during the season though.
He's a trip.
Yeah. What happened to that other Prince, Clemson fan, Prince something?
Yeah, he just doesn't come on YouTube anymore. He was one of the ones that came to the lake house with us a couple of months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I still talk to him all the time. As a matter of fact, we're trying to figure out a game to go to this year, maybe the Miami game in November.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see him at least once or twice a year. We go to the spring game every year together. And sometimes we do another Clemson game later in the year together.
So is that somebody you knew before YouTube?
No.
Oh, okay.
But he lives in Greenville. He lives like 30 minutes from Clemson's campus. And the other one is Richie, Tiger Nation. You know him from the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all get together a couple times a year.
Yeah.
He lives close to there too.
Right.
So, but yeah, I never knew those guys before YouTube. None of them.
Seems like he got tired of YouTube right after week 1 last year. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I actually asked him about that. I was like, "Where you been, man? On YouTube?" He said, "Man, I don't watch YouTube anymore." I said, "Okay." Not even me, fucker.
Yeah. He's about like Edward. He probably don't even subscribe to us anymore.
Yeah, he might not have a channel anymore.
What a shame. Ever since, I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but ever since Edward created his YouTube channel, so now that he can comment and all that, I don't know if you've noticed this, he's everywhere.
Yeah, I noticed that, yeah.
He shows up on everybody's stream now. He used to be he used to belong to me and you, Pete.
I know.
He would come on Mondays, and that was it. Now, this guy's, you can't go anywhere, and there's Edward.
I mean, it's like a kid at Christmas has got a new toy. He can't stop playing with it.
And he's not on here today.
No.
So I feel like he might have broke up with us.
Might be working. Oh, yeah, wait. He doesn't work. Oh, you know what? He didn't know we were coming on at 8. That's what it is. He's going to show up at 10 o'clock.
No.
We're not going to be there.
Well, guess we got to teach him how to turn them notifications on now that we taught him how to do a YouTube channel and subscribe to channels and comment.
Yeah, or get Dylan to teach him.
Yeah. That worked last time. He took care of that quick, no problem. Jesus Christ Home Slice, thank you for hitting the super chat. He says, "Is my awesome account name a talent?" Yeah, if you can figure out a way to video your account name and send that in, I will gladly enter you into the talent show. Like I said, I'm not turning anything down. Mayhem Matthews super chatted too, like it's 7:30, before the show even started. So Mayhem, if you're still watching too, thank you for the super chat. He said something about how much he enjoys me and you in this show and that. So thank you guys for the super chats. Cash App and PayPal links are in the description of the video. If you enjoyed the Lunch Money Show and you want to support the Lunch Money Show, those are great ways to do it. The super chat is right below the comment section. Links to PayPal and Cash App are in the description. You can attach a note, comment, question, or troll attempt to any of those, and me and Pete will be happy to read it and respond for you.
So, do you want to hear my hotel extravaganza deal?
For Slob Olympics?
Yes.
Yes. Hotel information for the Slob Olympics, yes.
Well, I called a couple of places during the midday show today on the air to get the lowdown, because a lot of people have been asking me, especially over the past week or two, like, what's going on, Pete? What's going on with the hotel, with this and that? How much it's going to cost? What's the dates? Blah, blah, blah. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to call him on the air and get the scoop. So we have a couple of options here. For the first place I called was a place called Seaside Inn, which is a hotel right on the beach there. And at first, I was a little bit disappointed with what she quoted me for next year. And once you hit from March 1st on, every single week, the price goes up and up and up and up all the way till you get to the end of April, and then it levels off for the summer, pretty much. But what she quoted me for, now I just picked this out of a hat. This doesn't have to be the day. This is what we need to figure out, because we need to nail down a date,
right,
to make it official, and then everybody can do whatever they feel like they need to do. I mean, people don't have to stay at the same place. They can get a beach house. They can get a condo. They can get a hotel that's 10 minutes away from there if they want, whatever, if it's in their budget. But we still need to figure out a date.
Right.
So the date that I told her to look up or give me a quote on was the 10th and the 11th, Friday and Saturday, March 10th, March 11th. And she quoted me. Now there's 3 different like tiers of rooms. So you get the standard room, which has no ocean view. Then there's a ocean view option, and then there's an ocean front option. Well, I don't know what that means. I'm assuming the ocean front ones are the ones that are on the back side where you actually are like on the beach, basically.
Ocean view is probably on the side. On
the side, and then the standard where there's no view is, I guess, just the interior of the hotel.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what we're looking at here, according to her, for those dates, is anywhere between $225 and $235 per night. She did say that the more nights you get, probably a little bit cheaper. If you get 3 or 4 nights, like some people are talking about coming down early, I don't know. But if you're just getting 2 nights, somewhere between $225 and $235 for the room per night. And then there's fees and parking. Now the parking is an issue on the island, I'm not going to lie. They charge $10 per day for parking. The hotel does, and $15 on the weekends. So if you come up on Friday, you pay $10 for Friday and $15 for Saturday.
Okay.
Anyway, what it came out to after taxes and fees and parking for 2 nights for a standard room was $549, which is like 200 and whatever that is. What is that? $275 a night.
Yeah.
Total. And at first I was like, that's way more than I thought it was going to be. But then I started thinking back to when we went to Atlanta. How much did we pay for the Embassy Suites? I can't even remember.
It was close to $200 a night.
It was close to $200 a night. And then they charged like $40 a day for parking, didn't they? Because it was valet.
Yeah.
So that was like an extra $80. It's around the same as this.
Yeah. And I think, you should probably expect, people have been to the beach before. They know that a Holiday Inn is going to cost more on the beach than it costs in the middle of whatever town you happen to live in. I don't think that's extravagant for a hotel on the beach.
I don't think so either. It's just the fact that, and it's like I told her. Well, let's back up here for a second, because I called the second place. The second place I called was the original place that I was thinking about the first time. It's condominiums. It's right next to this place, like literally right next to it, but it's condominiums. And so I called this company, and it's just not going to. Now, if anybody wants to book a room through this realty company in these condos, go for it. But it's a little bit more expensive for these than it is the Seaside Inn. They're called the Sea Cabins. But the problem with doing a large group of people there is there's only 50 units, I believe, in the whole place, and they're all individually owned and rented out by the owners.
Right.
And they use a realty company to do it for them, like a property management company.
Yeah, yeah.
And so they can't really give you a group discount. They can't really guarantee anything. And really, she said, like, as far as the property management company that I called, they only are responsible for like 22 or 23 of the units out of the 50 something. So anyway, ended up being between $550 and $650 for the 2 nights. And she said most of them you have to get a minimum of 3 nights. There's some that will do 2 nights, but most of them are 3 nights or more.
Yeah.
So That's probably out of the question. And then the third option was there's a Courtyard by Marriott about 4 miles away off of the island. It's like a 5 or 10 minute drive at the most. And they are showing right around the 200 a night mark.
Yeah.
At that time of year. So that's an option too. Now, if you go back a week, this is crazy. If you go from, instead of the 10th, if you go back to the 3rd, March the 3rd and 4th and 5th, instead of the 10th, 11th, and 12th, it goes down significantly.
Yeah.
At least at the Marriott it did. I didn't ask her about the seaside place.
Yeah, yeah.
But it went from like 230 a night at the Marriott to 178 or something like that. So that's what we need to figure out. And look, man, and Slim Shady was like, you know, he wants to come down for the entire week and make a vacation out of it. But he's like, hey, well, if it's too early, then I probably won't come because my kids have spring break like 3 weeks later after that. And so I can't take them out of school for a week and then they have spring break 3 weeks later. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't know how to please everybody as far as the time frame.
Well, you can't. I think, you know, we decided on a place that's it's Charleston. That, like you said, the next thing is decide on a weekend. We can't contact 50 people and get all 50 people to agree on what weekend works best for them. That's the entire point of having anybody, quote unquote, in charge. Me and you can make a decision on a date and give everybody 6 to 9 months notice. And we hope everybody can come, but we know everybody can't. So as far as the actual date goes, it doesn't matter to me. It can be the second weekend in March, like we've been doing it. We can move it back to the first weekend if that's cheaper. Whatever. It really doesn't matter to me. And I hope everybody can come, but
yeah, I'm the same. Hey, I'm with you. We just got to figure out a date. Now, here's the other thing. The reason it gets more expensive each week you go on is because you have a lot of college spring breaks and high school spring breaks during the second half of March.
Right.
And then even probably in the first week of April, which is when my kids are on spring break, is the first week of April. But the college kids, I believe, is before that. So, I mean, we're not going back into February, right? That's out of the question.
Yeah, I would say either the first or second weekend of March.
Yeah, so I'm with you. So we need to decide. I think the reason I picked the 10th and the 11th instead of the 3rd and the 4th is because, well, I'm no weather guesser, but I'm assuming it might be a better chance of better weather on the 10th than it is on the 3rd. But, you know, you never know about that either. So from a money standpoint, the very first weekend in March would be the cheapest. But from a weather standpoint, and maybe even a travel standpoint for some people, maybe the second week would be better. But once you get into the third week, then it is an issue money-wise.
Yeah.
So I think you have to choose between those 2 weeks. You know.
Well, let's do the first week. It's not going to be as cold as it was in Pigeon Forge. I don't care what the weather is. I mean, it's guaranteed to be 40 degrees, at least warmer than that. It was 20 degrees in Pigeon Forge. It'll be at least in the 50s.
So the third, well, the day of the event. What did we do with the last one? We gave a 3-day period, right? We said
Friday
so
through
the
Sunday.
third through the fifth, third through the fifth. That would be Monday through Sunday, or first Friday through Sunday. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm looking at it here. March 3rd through 5th. So that's what we'll do. March 3rd through 5th in Charleston. And what we can do is when people ask, like, where are you staying and all that, we can just name that the one hotel. What's the hotel called on the beach? Seaside something?
Seaside Inn.
We'll just tell people there's a Seaside Inn. It's on the beach. There's a Marriott. It's 4 miles away from the beach. Everybody is staying in different places. And then we need to know, where are we doing the Slob Olympics on Saturday, and where's the meeting point for that?
Well, that's easy. It'll be where the Seaside Inn is and the Sea Cabins, which are right next to each other, is right at there's a pier in the public part of Isle of Palms. So, I mean, for us, if we stay at the Seaside Inn, we would literally walk out of our hotel onto the beach. That's where we're doing it, right next to the pier. So,
well, I can tell you that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay at that Seaside Inn's place.
Yeah,
that's what
I think we are too.
And
I mean, it's
So-
not going to be like it's not going to be like the Hilton people. It's a beach hotel.
Right.
I don't even remember how many stars it got. Like it's like a 2 or 3 star hotel.
Yeah.
But it's still a hotel. It's on the beach.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So we'll tell everybody exactly where that is. That's the location we'll use. The pier right next to Seaside Cabins. That's where we're having the Slob Olympics on Saturday, March 4th. You can stay at that hotel that's right there, or there's a Marriott, or you're welcome to just go on Travelocity and Google places to stay near Charleston. Or
you can get a condo next door at the Seaside Cabins. We've stayed there before. The Sea Cabins is what they're called.
Yeah.
A little bit more expensive, but they're nice. I mean, hell, they got like a kitchen and they got, bunk beds and you can take a whole family in there.
Yeah.
And
well, if I was going to go for the whole week, for sure I would stay at somewhere like that, because then you can save a lot of money by eating in there.
Yeah, and both of those places are right on well, I call it the Strip, but it's the main street along the beachfront.
Yeah.
Where there's hotels, several good restaurants. So, it's one-stop shopping, and right across the street from that, a 2-minute walk is a whole shopping complex where there's a grocery store and a gas station and a liquor store and everything you would need, to stay there for an extended period of time. So, once you park your car, hypothetically, unless you want to take a trip into Charleston to do sightseeing or whatever, hypothetically, once you park your car, when you get there, you will never have to get back in your car again.
Right.
If you don't want to. So.
Well, I think we settled it. We'll do it March 3rd through 5th. The Slob Olympics will be right on the beach, right behind the Seaside Inn and Seaside Cabins in Charleston.
There you go. All right. Well, it's official then.
Yeah.
That takes a load off my mind. Who planned this before? God bless you. I think BVD did the last one, right?
BVD did the last one, and I did the first one.
Yeah. Well, good job. I know I see how hard it is.
Well, but to be fair to you, though, there was 15 hotels within 2 blocks of where we did the Slob Olympics in Atlanta, so that was easy to find hotels. And Pigeon Forge, there's hotels all over the place. That was a lot easier too. Charleston's not easy because, like you said, it's not really that big. The island or whatever.
Yeah, if you're gonna stay on Isle of Palm, the only other option on Isle of Palms outside of what I'm talking about doing is there's a huge resort called Wild Dunes, which I'm sure a lot of people have heard of. It's expensive.
Yeah,
it's a gated resort.
Right.
No, you can't just walk in there. And then the other option is beach houses on the beach, which that would mean that 15 and 20 people stay in the same house together, which I don't know if that, with kids and everything, that's just not going to work.
Right. No, I think this is great. And just like Atlanta, look, in Atlanta, there was people staying at a bunch of different hotels. In Pigeon Forge, you had some people staying at cabins in the woods and different things like that. And we all managed to find a way to meet up and hang out as a group, without everybody staying in the exact same place. And so if somebody wants to stay at the Marriott, no big deal.
Make it work that week for whatever they got going on. But I can't, I can't plan around people's lives. It's just not going to. It's always going to be somebody.
Well, yeah, if this was an event that 5 or 6 people were going to, it'd be no problem. But right. You see the numbers at these things. You're talking 40 or 50 people that have been coming, and you just can't. You have to pick a date, and you have to pick it far enough in advance to give people the best opportunity they can to be able to come, both with scheduling or saving up money or whatever the case is. We're still 9 months away from next March.
Yeah.
Right? April, May, June. Yeah, 9 months away.
Here's one piece of advice I'll give people. My piece of advice would be, if you want to stay at the Seaside Inn like we're talking about, probably the sooner you book it, the better, to make sure there's still room available, especially if there's going to be a bunch of people reserving rooms and it's not a huge place. But if money's an issue, I really believe, now the woman wouldn't confirm this to me, but I know for a fact that if they still have open rooms in February for that date in March, the price will come down. She wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
She goes, well, I don't really know because, I just started a couple months ago. I'm like, yeah, okay. Well, I looked them up last March and they were way cheaper. So that's just because there's rooms open still. If you want to make that gamble, that's fine. But I think we're gonna go ahead and reserve ours here soon to make sure we got a spot.
And for people that, and I don't know about this place, but a lot of hotels, you don't even have to pay when you make the reservation. So you might be able to go on. Yeah, you might be able to go online, reserve it by just putting your card number in. But a lot of times they'll tell you, you're not going to be charged until you get here, and you can always cancel. A couple of Celine did that.
Right. Yeah. Especially if you use one of these third-party sites like Expedia or whatever. I mean, they'll give you like either a 48-hour or a 72-hour window before the check-in date to cancel. Right. You get a full refund. And yeah, that's probably the smartest thing to do.
Yeah. When I booked my room at Pigeon Forge, I booked it. I don't even remember how many months in advance, but I didn't pay a dime until I got there. So if you're worried about them running out of rooms, it's worth calling them in the next couple of weeks or going online or whatever and seeing if you just can't make the reservation now, and they'll hold the room for you and then just pay when you get there. That gives you a chance to save up some money if that's what some people have to do. And
at least they will let you book a room in 2022 for 2023, unlike that place that we went to last time. Yeah. They wouldn't even let you do that.
Yeah, you had to wait till January 1st to even book a room for the current year. Yeah. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was some crazy shit there.
Yeah, we called and she was like, the system won't even show me rates for anything for next year. I think you have to wait till January 1st. Like, okay. If you say so. Anyway, that's settled.
There you go. So, I don't know. We'll make a flyer for it so we can start advertising so people can get on the ball and make their reservations and whatnot.
Beach Slob Olympics. Now, this is going to be good. Right? I mean, there's some options there.
Even if and this is the other thing, even if it's relatively warm, because in the first week of March, it's a hit or miss. It could be 80. Look, man, the week before the Slob Olympics this year in Charleston, it was 80. She was almost 90. And then it got cold.
So well, hell, it was 70 degrees in Pigeon Forge on Friday.
Exactly.
And then on Saturday, it was 20 and 3 inches of snow.
The first 2 years, I mean, Atlanta, we got screwed with the wind and the cold then. We got screwed with the wind and the cold last time. We were due for a break. Hopefully it comes at the beach. Wouldn't that be great if it was like 65 or 70 degrees during the daytime? That would be perfect.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
If it is, I don't know. Maybe this is weird. It probably is weird. Are you able to see the video? I mean, are you able to see the stream or not?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. If it's warm enough, can me and you do this?
Jesus Christ. I don't know. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. If not, I'll have to do it with Mayhem Matthew or Millis Vanillis or something.
Can you imagine what Millis Vanillis's beach uniform is going to look like?
Oh. Jeez. Yeah, as soon as
remember you remember those bathing suits that men used to wear back in the 1930s? They looked kind of like women's bathing suits.
Yeah.
They were like bikinis, but they were like shorts bikinis.
Yeah. As soon as we picked Charleston and decided, whenever that was, a couple of months ago, and decided we were doing it there next year on the beach, I immediately started thinking about beach costumes for the Slob Olympics, and there's some pretty crazy possibilities.
I think I've got an idea. I got a pretty good idea what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. And, I don't think it won't hurt that bad if you fall in the sand.
I can confirm that that's fake news. That is fake news. That's like people that think that if you land in water from a high distance that it doesn't hurt as much as hitting the ground, and when it actually does. The sand is no softer than the the cement, really.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. Now, listen, in Charleston, the water doesn't warm up until right around now, around June. So if anybody planning on going in the water, it's going to be freezing cold, which I'll go in the water as long as it's not too cold outside. But
when we were in Florida was that February? Yeah. Battle Angel went in the ocean in her feet, walked in it. And I wouldn't do it. It was too cold. But she did it.
I like the reaction that women have when they get in cold water, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Natural physiological reaction, I mean.
Right. Not good for me when we get cold water.
Yeah, for men, not the same thing. The opposite.
Hey, Lou, you've never had me on live. Invite me sometime. Well, I've been doing call-in shows on Tuesday and Thursday for about 5 years, and everyone is invited. Last time I was invited live, I had COVID. Well, you still could have came on. You can't transmit that over the internet. Geely when Lou has Ohio State beating Michigan.
He doesn't have spell check.
What's going on with that? No idea.
Will Clemson have another down tier, Lou? What do you think, Lou? Will they have another down tier?
Which tier are they in now?
I don't know.
Like in the top tier now. So I don't know. Another down. Oh, that's LeBron James. The comment section is a strange place sometimes.
Yeah, especially on the Lunch Bunny show.
Waffle Man, thank you for the super chat. He says West Virginia is not going to the ACC.
Who's he talking to?
I'm assuming he's talking to Golden Blue Man, because Golden Blue Man's been saying for a year that West Virginia is going to the ACC. It was about this time last year when he started that, the Golden Blue Man. West Virginia's going to the ACC.
Did you see his video that he posted today? Was it today or yesterday?
Oh, well, let me see.
I posted a video saying that I had some information. I pulled a Golden Blue Man about Notre Dame most likely joining the ACC around the new contract time, 2025. And he made a video in response to that. Well, not necessarily in response to it, but sort of kind of piggybacking off of it. But,
I see it. ACC locking down Notre Dame in football? ?
Yeah. But there he is. He's in the comment section now. He liked the fact that I said something that he said too, because now he wasn't the only one saying it anymore. So
just some of the titles of his videos. Quinn Ewers in trouble at Texas already.
Yeah, he's not, is he?
I'm guessing no.
Yeah.
ACC in trouble because of new Big 12 TV deal. Pac-12 and Big 12 merger.
Wow, what?
Teams causing problems in the SEC and ACC.
Now, hold on. Go back. Pac-12 and Big 12 merger.
Yeah.
What?
So says Golden Blue Man. SEC makes themselves look stupid. What did they do? Start a YouTube channel and then come up with a bunch of ridiculous titles?
Dude. It's all good, man.
He's done figured out that the YouTube titling trick, hadn't he?
Yeah. Man, more power to him, man. I guess. Sean, he's right. He does talk about what, a lot of times the clickbait people, they'll put a clickbait and then they'll never even mention what they put in the title in their video. That's actual clickbait. At least he talks about what he put in the title. Now, it might be total bullshit, but still, at least he talks about it. Give him that much.
Sean Ramsey chimes in. I'd that dumb Bama fan that makes up fake news on YouTube. Matt be great? ?
I don't have a translator handy.
Top 3 sodas? Coke, Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew. What about you, Pete?
Well, I agree with the first two. Coke and Dr. Pepper. My third, let me think here. I'm going to go with root beer.
And yeah, I like root beer. I just don't drink it very often, but I do like root beer. It has to be in the old. It has to be out of a bottle. I can't buy like a 2 liter of root beer. I won't drink it. But like the IBC root beer in a bottle, I do like that.
Oh yeah, everything's better in a. I mean, even Coke and Dr. Pepper are better in a bottle.
Yeah.
Root beer is for mouth breathers. What?
He must have a whole case of it.
And I never thought I would say this, and this is probably like just becoming used to it over time, because I used to hate diet soda. But I'm so worried about diabetes the older I get. I try to eat less and less sugar. So I switched to Diet Coke and even Diet Dr. Pepper. Diet Dr. Pepper actually does taste pretty close to the original. But anyway, I like Diet Coke and Diet Dr. Pepper. Not as much. Look, man, nothing beats Coke. Coke is the king of sodas, the original classic Coke.
I agree with you on that Diet Dr. Pepper. The Diet Coke and some of the other diets have always had a funny taste to me. But yeah. Dr. Pepper, I can drink Diet Dr. Pepper. It does taste, I think, the closest to the real thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe I should start doing that too. I should be worried about diabetes.
I'm funny, man, because I mean, I don't live a necessarily healthy lifestyle. I mean, it's weird because I smoke and I drink, but I try to eat somewhat healthy, and for whatever reason, I'm more scared of diabetes than I am of cancer or any other sort of disease. And I don't know what that's about.
Does it run in your family, diabetes?
I mean, my dad's got type 2 diabetes. He controls with his diet, but he's 80. Right. I mean, he didn't even get diagnosed with diabetes till he was in his 70s. So my mom doesn't have it, so not really, I guess. I don't know why I'm so scared of it. It's I don't know. It's an irrational fear, I guess, but it's still a fear of mine.
Yeah, X-Wing. The talent show is going to start next Monday, so everybody has till this weekend to get their round 1 video in. So the rest of this week and this weekend, as long as I have it by Monday morning at 8 o'clock, or in today's case, 8:30. I got a little bit of a late start today.
What, with a morning show?
Yeah.
Monday. It's understandable.
Well, I got up when my alarm went off, but I must have fell back asleep. I woke up, my phone was still sitting on my, I do the alarm on my phone. You know what I need to do? I need to put my phone on the other dresser where I have to get up to turn the alarm off. That's what I need to do. Because the alarm went off, I reached over to the nightstand, grabbed my phone. I think I even looked at it for a few minutes while I was still laying in bed. But I must have fell back asleep because I woke up at 8:15 with my phone on my chest and I was still in the bed. And I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
I ran in here, turned the computer on real quick. Didn't even get to make my coffee. I was in such a hurry. That's no good.
No. Did you have a late night?
Yeah, I played cards till 2.
Oh.
Yeah, I played cards till 2. So I didn't go to bed till probably 2:30.
That would explain the Tiger Baskins stream.
Yeah,
because he streamed too.
yeah, yeah. It was probably 2:30 before I laid down.
Well, shit. You're better than me. If I would have went to bed at 2:30, I wouldn't have been up at 8.
Yeah. I'm okay once I get up and start moving around, even if on, maybe just 4 hours of sleep or so. I'm okay as long as I get up and move around. But if I don't get up right away, and I don't know why I thought it was a good idea this morning to not get up right away, but that's what happens. I fall right back asleep. Once I get up, so I ended up getting up at 8:15. By the time I started the show at 8:30, I was fine. It doesn't take me long to get going in the morning. I'm a morning person anyway, but I dropped the ball today, so to speak. What are you going to do?
Either of y'all ever played Far Cry? Sir, Far Cry 3 on Xbox 360 is one of it might even be my top 2-3 favorite games of all time. It's got to be part 3, though.
I don't think I've ever played any Far Cry game. I know what it is. I've heard of it. And I've seen commercials or whatever. So, but no, I don't think I've ever played that.
Matter of fact, one of my son's friends stole my Far Cry 3 from my 360. I'm still big mad about it. Or I say stole, borrowed and never returned. Same thing.
Yeah.
And didn't ask me to borrow it either. They borrowed it on their own. But anyway, yeah, that's a great game.
I don't check my Twitter messages. You have to email me if there's something you want me to see. If I pull up my Twitter messages right now, I'm going to have 500 whatever message request things, and I'm just never going to scroll through them. So just being honest, if you want to get in touch with me directly, email is the best way to do it because I check my email multiple times a day. Speaking of that, Vodka Drinker, he's back in the hospital.
For what?
Well, I'm not going to say, but
okay. Is it serious?
No, he'll be back up and at him here soon.
He was in the when was it? He was in the Boss Babe show, wasn't he? I think he was. He was definitely on my call-in show on Friday night, and I think he said something about being in the hospital when he was in there. All right.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm doing better now, he says. So I guess he'll. That was today, 4:00. So.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Shout out to Vodka Drinker if he's listening, which I'm pretty sure that he is. Yeah. Still no Edward. Well, everybody in the comment section will be happy that, for whatever reason, Edward missed the show today.
There is someone in here who's almost as good as Edward at trash talking. Probably not, though.
Who?
T2Y.
Oh. He can hold his own, huh?
Almost.
No, Nightmare, I don't want to search your DMs or whatever that means. But you're welcome to email me anything you want. I only have Twitter to make like 25 pointless tweets a year. That's it. I don't get on there and message back and forth. I don't even check Twitter. I go weeks without even pulling Twitter up, so I just don't use Twitter that much. So if you got something you want me to see, you got to email it to me. I'm just being honest with you. I could lie and tell you, yeah, I'm going to check it, but I'm not going to check it. So now Nate's typing that I should check the chat or the live chat. All right, Nate. I'll be sure and do that.
Nate's full of jokes.
Yeah.
No, they won't. T2Y.
What did he say?
Miami will win the ACC championship this season.
Oh, look at that. Miami will win.
Well, I mean, they say it every year. Eventually, they'll be right.
Yeah.
It's the free beer tomorrow thing.
Right. Well, they're like 0-16 right now or something like that.
Yeah. Well, and more than that, I think this is their 19th year coming up. So what are they, 0-18?
Wow. That's pitiful.
Yeah.
That's pitiful. And they only even made the ACC championship game one time, didn't they?
Is it once or twice? Well, at least once, yeah. That was 2017. I don't know if they made it before that or not. Probably not. You might be right. Hell, they made it as many times as Notre Dame.
You can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and Notre Dame only had one opportunity.
Yeah, Notre Dame's batting 1,000. Maybe the ACC, they should think about trading Notre Dame for Miami. What do you think about that?
It would be a drastic upgrade.
Yeah.
Do I think UGA? Do I think Georgia will keep the home and home series with Ohio State? I don't know. Ohio State didn't keep the last one, and I'm pretty confident that a lot of SEC games, non-con games right now that are canceled, that are scheduled 10 years in the future, are going to be altered once Oklahoma and Texas join the SEC and we go to non-conference games. So I don't know if that'll be one we keep or not. No idea. Stupid to schedule games that far out anyway. Might not even play Oklahoma next year. I hope we do. But it's up in the air right now.
Can you imagine if all the things, like if, well, we know that Oklahoma and Texas are going to the SEC, but let's say that happens and right around the same time, all the things that Golden Blue Dude says is going to happen happens, and Notre Dame joins the ACC. You can just throw anybody's future schedule out the window at that point. I mean,
yeah. I don't know what's going to happen with games that are scheduled, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years down the road. That's the problem with the Georgia Oklahoma home and home. We're scheduled to play them in Oklahoma next year, but they're not scheduled to return the favor until 2032. And obviously, they're going to be in the SEC sometime between now and 2025. So we already will be playing Oklahoma on a rotation before 2032. So I don't know if Georgia's going to play that away game, non-con, and the favor never be returned. So that game might get canceled too.
Yeah.
Because Georgia's just losing a home game now if they do that, because the return trip will never be played because Oklahoma will be in the SEC 7 years before that.
The only thing you could do to make up for it possibly, and this is if they're not in the same pod or division or whatever's going on at that time, is to have a cross-divisional game where they travel to Georgia that first season to make up for it.
Yeah, maybe they do that.
But you're right, though. Outside of that, I don't really see a point. I don't see the benefit for Georgia, is what I mean. But
yeah, if they weren't joining the SEC, okay, I still think it's dumb that a home and home is scheduled 10 years apart, but at least you're going to get that home game eventually. But with Oklahoma now joining the SEC in 2025 or 2026 or whenever they decide to do it, we will have played Oklahoma 2 or 3 times in conference games before that supposed non-con game is ever supposed to happen in 2032.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to happen. And then you got, I think it's 2027 and 2028 or something like that. Already on our schedule right now is 8 SEC teams, Georgia Tech, Florida State, and Texas in the same year.
Jesus Christ. What about when's the next home and home with Clemson? Is that 2024 and 2025?
Well, we play next year, or not next year, but the year after. I think
Yeah,
that's another
2024.
neutral site game, though. And then we do have a home and home scheduled too.
That must be in the beginning, like 2030 or something. Who knows?
I'll pull it up. I got it. I just had it up a minute ago. Let me pull it back up. Let's see, 2030. Yeah, 2030. Y'all are scheduled to play in Athens week 1.
And so 2031 would be in Clemson.
I think it's 29.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, 29 at Clemson week 2. Yeah, look at this shit. Look at this. This is Georgia's schedule right now for 2029. Texas week 1, Clemson week 3, Georgia Tech week 12. And if we go to a 9-game SEC schedule, then there would be 9 other games here. SEC. So that would be 12 Power 5 games.
Yeah,
well, Texas will be in the SEC.
Georgia Tech jokes aside, no cupcakes.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if that's the way it is when it actually happens.
It won't happen that way. I don't know how that happened to start with, but something will change there. Well, Texas will be in the SEC, so that home and home non-con series with Texas is never going to happen. The Oklahoma thing is up in the air because the first game of that series is next season. So who knows? I'm kind of surprised the SEC didn't come to more conclusions last week when they had their meetings. They really didn't come to any conclusions at all. They didn't decide on whether they were going to do divisions or pods or how they're going to split it up when Texas and Oklahoma join. They still don't know when Texas and Oklahoma are joining. They didn't decide if they're going to do away with divisions in the meantime, like some of the other conferences are doing. They didn't decide on whether or not they were going to go to a 9-game conference schedule. I mean, they didn't make any decisions at all. They just kicked the can down the road.
Yeah, some of that stuff I feel like, especially the divisions thing, I think the ACC is going to be the guinea pig for that. And then these other conferences are going to just be looking and seeing how it works out for them.
Yeah.
And then make a decision on that. There's really no rush to do that. I mean, for everybody else. But you don't see Venables being successful at Oklahoma. Why not?
It would be hard to ruin Oklahoma. They've been good for a long time under multiple coaches. So, I mean, I don't know if Venables is going to be winning the Big 12 or making the playoffs or whatever, but like, I don't know what you just, I guess it depends what he thinks successful is, but like, I don't think Oklahoma is about to turn into Texas.
I mean, he's never been a head coach, so we have nothing to go off of, but neither did Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley inherited a great team from Stoops, and I feel like that Venables has inherited a pretty good team in that conference from Riley. The real question is, what's his staff going to look like? You know, I mean, that's what it all comes down to. He'll be able to recruit, no doubt about it. We'll see who he hires and how they do.
Yeah, I can't see Oklahoma suddenly going 7-5 every year. You know, I don't know how successful Brent Venables is going to be compared to Lincoln Riley. I mean, Lincoln Riley was averaging 12 wins a year. So, you know, really the only thing he can do to be better than Lincoln Riley would be win a playoff game or win a national title. Anything other than that, then I guess you can say, well, he's not as successful as Lincoln Riley, but you know, you can be less successful than Lincoln Riley and still be a really good coach. You know, you can go 10-2 every year instead of 12-0, still be pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how we'll see. The first year is going to be the roughest for Venables with the transition, and a lot of the staff left, a lot of the players left. And he's kind of trying to rebuild, not rebuild, but I don't even know what the right term for it is. He's not in a rebuild, but he's also not turnkey at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think like, okay, yes, a lot of teams have new coaches, but like we know what Lincoln Riley's going to do in Southern Cal in terms of we know what kind of offense he's going to run. He's got the same quarterback he had last year, and he's got an offensive philosophy that has worked. We know what he's going to do there offensively. I have no idea what kind of offense Oklahoma's going to have. I don't know if Dylan Gabriel's going to throw the ball 45 times a game or 20. I have no idea. No clue.
Me either.
The only thing I'm 100% confident in is that in 2 to 3 years, Oklahoma's defense is going to be way better than it ever was under Lincoln Riley. I don't have any question about that.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
I also would be very surprised if Oklahoma's offense is as good this year as it was the last 4 or 5 years under Lincoln Riley. Not just because Lincoln Riley was an offensive guy and Venables isn't, but because a lot of that talent, I mean, they lost their top 2 quarterbacks, a wide receiver, a tight end. They've got offensive line, not issues, but questions. You know. Yeah, I don't know if I can pick Oklahoma to win the Big 12 because there's just too much I don't know.
Well, I'm not picking. I pick Baylor.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if Oklahoma went 10-2 and won the Big 12, or 11-1 and won the Big 12. Wouldn't shock me, but I'm a little surprised they're the favorite.
If Oklahoma went 10-2 and still didn't even win the Big 12, but they went 10-2 in the regular season, I would consider that a wild success for Brent Venables' first season as a head coach.
Yeah.
10 wins? I mean, how many first-year head coaches get 10 wins in the Power 5 conference? Very few. Very few.
Hell, Kirby went 7-5 in the regular season.
Yeah.
His first year.
What did Saban do? He was about the same, wasn't it?
At Bama, I think he was 6-6 or 7-5 first year at Bama. Yeah, something like that. Somebody wants to see Oklahoma's schedule for this year. There you go.
Paxton says Oklahoma 8-4. That's pretty brutal. I mean, it's possible. UTEP, everyone's favorite team.
Yeah. The only way I see Oklahoma going 8-4 is if Baylor is just as good or better as last year. Oklahoma State is just as good or better than last year. But even if they lose both of those and lose to, let's say, Texas, well, that means they then have to lose. Well, I guess maybe they could lose at Nebraska. Remember we looked that up a couple of weeks ago? They're only like a 5-point favorite over Nebraska. Yeah. Wouldn't be a huge upset, I guess, then if Nebraska won. Kansas State has given them trouble in the last few years, but TCU should be an easy win for Oklahoma. Kansas, an easy win. I'm not a believer in Iowa State. West Virginia, no. Texas Tech, you know. It's hard to find 4 losses. I mean, things would have to go. I mean, they'd have to lose at Nebraska, lose to Texas, lose to Baylor, and lose to Oklahoma State, which is possible. But man, possible. I wouldn't bet on that.
That is their 3 hardest games: Oklahoma State, Texas, and Baylor. And nobody knows what Nebraska's going to look like.
Yeah, they got a new quarterback too, and there's a lot of pressure on Scott Frost.
I mean, realistically, there is 4 possible losses on there, but I doubt they lose all 4 of those, their toughest games. They'll probably win at least 1 or 2 of them, wouldn't you think?
Well, yeah, that's like when Golden Blue Man says Georgia's losing to South Carolina, Kentucky, Florida, and Tennessee. Right. You know, the only 4 teams we play with a pulse, and we're going to lose all 4 of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Could we lose any one of those 4? Of course, you can lose to anybody. But the idea that Georgia would somehow lose to all 4 of those teams this year, no. Not happening. It's just not happening.
I don't usually do this because I just don't do it. Never have. But if they do the early season or preseason odds for conference championships, if Baylor is more than, say, plus 600 or 700 to win the Big 12, I'll probably put $100 on them before the season starts. It's worth the risk if it's that much.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if it's like a plus 1,000, I'll definitely do it. I really think they're going to be the best team in the Big 12 this year.
Uncle Lou, check your email.
Jesus.
I mean, if it's that big of a deal that I know something, I don't know why it just can't be typed in the comment section. But let me check my email, because this must be something very important. Because he begged me for an hour to check my Twitter DMs. I don't have an email from. I don't have any new emails in the last 2 hours, so I don't know what you. I don't know what to tell you. Check your email. About that. The downfall will start when Oklahoma loses to Nebraska. It's possible. I mean, Nebraska almost beat them last year in Norman. So, I mean, yeah, they could lose that game. But then they still would have to lose to the three remaining best teams on their schedule, and I just don't know if they'll do that.
Oh, look. Uh-oh.
Sean Ramsey's an idiot. Look at this. Ohio State owns the SEC. If you call a record of 5-12 owning the SEC, then okay, you own the SEC. But that's Ohio State's record against the SEC, 5-12. So, and don't come in here and tell me about a bunch of wins against teams you beat when they weren't in the SEC. That's not a win against the SEC.
This is a betting show. Paxton wants to know, does anyone want to bet over and under 8 wins for Oklahoma? Yeah, I'm going over.
I'll take over 8. Yeah, I'll take over 8.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's talking about regular season only. Yeah, he said 8-4, so that's 12 games. Yeah, so I'll take the over. What you want to bet?
One and one in the last decade. So what? 1-1 is owning? I don't know. Whatever. You're not making any sense. Ohio State is 5-12 against the SEC all time. Period. So I don't. It's just reality. Just because it makes you mad doesn't mean it's not true.
Something tells me his email said something about the SEC versus the Big Ten. What is he? He must be a Buckeye.
I have no idea.
I guarantee it. Guarantee it.
Paxton wants to bet $500.
500. So you're saying under 8? Yeah, I'm not betting 500, but I will bet 100 if you want. But you'll have to send me the money. We know how this goes, right? Not that I don't trust you, but I don't trust you. So I would definitely have to have the $100 in hand to even make the bet. That's almost crazier than Sea Dog's bet. Did you see that bet? I tried to talk him out of it, too.
Oh, yeah. He bet on the Miami Georgia Tech game?
Yeah, and he bet $100 with T2Y.
That Georgia Tech would beat Miami?
Yes.
Wow.
Not even a spread, just beat them.
Yeah, talk about being allergic to money.
Well, good Lord, man.
You didn't send me an email at 9:23. And it doesn't matter how many times you type it either. You might have sent somebody an email at 9:23, but it wasn't me.
The crazy engine says he'll hold the cash for us. No thanks, man. I don't even. Yeah.
I mean, the email address is in the description of the video. Any idiot can copy and paste it into their email and make sure they're sending it to the right place. And by any idiot, I mean anyone besides you.
That's one of the best YouTube names ever. He's an Oklahoma fan, and his name's the Crazy Engine.
Oklahoma is basically an Indian reservation. It's 90% Indian land.
Yeah.
In Oklahoma, white people own casinos and Indians gamble in it. That's how backwards it is. Is
today April Fool's Day or some shit? I mean, some of these people between Sean Z and what's the other fucker's name? Nightmare.
The amount of stupid in the comment section
Jesus
right
Christ.
now is approaching an all-time high for the month of June.
Yeah, apparently there's a full moon out tonight. That's a good point.
Potato level off the charts. Yeah.
I bet Nightmare thinks the Earth is flat too. He rubs me as one
Yeah,
of those guys.
probably does. Texas versus West Virginia for the Big 12 title. I don't care what you're talking about, Nightmare. You did not send me an email.
I think he's just fucking with you. That's what I think.
No, I think he's dumb as dirt and is trying to send an email but doesn't have the ability.
Yeah, he's sending an email to the ether. Nobody's actually getting it.
I mean, I get 100 emails a day. All 100 of those people have figured email out. But somehow you haven't. That's alarming. The last email I got was from Apple at 9:26 p.m. Before that, it was from Vodka Drinker. Before that, it was from TripAdvisor. So, none of those people are you. So,
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and reserve my room. March 3rd through 5th, people.
March 3rd through 5th.
Seaside in Isle of Palm, South Carolina. And then if you don't want to stay there, just Google hotels, condominiums, Isle of Palms, and pick where you want to stay.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think we need to end the show. To be honest with you.
Pete, we need to watch more of that girl with the 2 globes talking about the Earth being flat. Yeah, well, believe me, we'll see more of that on the midday show. She is something else, that girl.
Yes, Elijah, I did get your email. Hell, that could be the talent. Just the ability to send an email. Thank you, Elijah. I did get that. He sent in a talent show video.
Who did? Elijah?
Elijah, yeah.
Oh.
He sure did.
So you're starting that next week, you said?
Yeah, next Monday. I was going to start it today, but there wasn't really enough. I'm giving people another week to send the videos in.
Yeah, I got you. So, but you're starting on Monday, officially.
Yep. No matter what. No more extensions.
Anybody that sends in a video between now and midnight on Sunday will be entered in, or is there a deadline on Friday?
No, I mean, as long as, because what I do, I don't even watch the videos ahead of time. I like to see them for the first time, the same time everyone else sees them, and just react in real time like that. So what I do when I start the talent show, I just pull my email account up and start playing the videos. So if it's in the email when the talent show starts Monday at 8 o'clock, it's going to get played.
I got you. Yeah. Everyone except for Nightmare, because he doesn't know how to send emails. But anyone else, they can send it up until the start of the show on Monday.
Yeah.
All right. I was thinking about sending one in, honestly, but I have to actually go somewhere to do it. It's kind of a whole thing.
Yeah.
Still possible. I only have one talent, but I can't do it at my house. So we'll see.
I can tell there's some good ones just by who has sent some in. You want me to give you a couple of names?
Yes.
Mayhem Matthew.
Well.
So tell me you're not looking forward to seeing his talent video.
Of course.
All right.
If it involves an alien mask, though, I'm going to be disappointed. But whatever, it'll still be funny.
Yeah. Millis Vanillis.
Oh God, yeah.
Joey Foster and Golden Blue Dude.
Together?
The email is from, again, I haven't watched any of these. The email is from Joey Foster. The subject of the email is Joey and Golden Blue Dude.
That's interesting.
I don't know if they're both in it. I don't know. But they're entered. You know, they did something. Oh, Nate the Great.
Nate?
Do you remember the angry rap kid from last year? He was like playing basketball, and then he raps into the camera, and he's just angry for no reason. That
was actually one of my favorite ones. That kid was good. He has another submission.
Yeah, it's called Angry Rap Kid Video. So I guess it's the same one. Yeah,
sign me up for that one. Yeah, I like that. He's good.
VicTube sent something in.
Now, hold on. No Sea-Dog?
No Sea-Dog.
So just Vic.
Just Vic. And unless, again, maybe Sea-Dog's in it and I don't know, but the email is from our buddy VicTube.
Okay.
So, yeah, next Monday. It'll be good. It'll be fun. There's always some funny ones.
And, of course, now you just said somebody else entered. Who was that?
Elijah.
That's right.
Now, I don't know this for sure, but my guess would be that Elijah might have an actual talent. Not that Millis Vanillis and Mayhem Matthew don't.
Who was the guy last year with the basketball beer trick? Was that Colby?
His YouTube name was Ronnie Haas.
Oh, yes.
Like Haase is how you spell his name.
Happened to him?
Not sure. Not sure.
Interesting. Fish and football. She's saying that was fish and football. So he must have changed his name from Ronnie Haas to Fish and Football. That's what happened to him.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so K-Dog says so too. Yeah, that's what it was. I don't know. That's why I thought Colby or somebody was Fish and Football is the guy.
Yeah, so it'll be good. We'll start that next Monday on the morning show.
And some sort of fishing video. That's a talent, right?
Yeah, it's a definite talent. One that I don't have. You know, I've been, every time I type Lutube into the YouTube search bar, it says the same thing every time. We're showing you results for YouTube. Did you actually mean Lutube? And I have to click, yes, fucking Lutube.
Yeah, they don't want you stealing their likeness.
Here's the link to the second channel where I do the morning show. That's where the talent show will be starting next week. If there's anybody that doesn't know about the second channel or who hasn't subscribed but wants to check it out, there's the link to the second channel. I do a morning show on there 4 mornings a week. And every June we do the talent show. That's what we're talking about now. We'll be doing that. Starting next Monday.
I would like to say, now this is for Uncle Lou to say, not me, but I think I can say it in this place. We know some people have some great talents out there that are X-rated, but that is not suitable for YouTube. So don't send in those. Well, maybe you can send them to him anyway. He just won't play them in the talent show.
Yeah, please send them in. But it has to be YouTube friendly, obviously, for me to be able to show it on the morning show. So now I'd be happy to watch it on my own and then describe to the listeners what it is I watched. I'd be happy to do that. But as far as playing it on air, no, unfortunately, won't be able to do that.
What does the winner get?
I don't know. I think last year we gave away $100. We'll figure it out. I think so.
Well, Sea-Dog is answering. He needs $100. He's going to lose it to T2Y.
Oh, that's right. He better send something in. He better start saving money if he's going to be making bets like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get out of here. We've covered enough for today. Slob softball, Slob Olympics, talent show. Tried to teach people how to work email. It was unsuccessful, but we did our best. I will be back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for the morning show on the second channel, and then the call-in show on this channel tomorrow afternoon. We'll do it early on this week on Tuesday. Pete, what you got coming up?
7 o'clock on Tuesday, the ACC show. Wednesday, the midday show at 11 a.m. and the call-in show at 10 p.m. And then we repeat that cycle again on Friday.
Sweet.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Shout out to Waffle Man, Jesus Christ Home Slice, and Mayhem Matthew for hitting the super chat to help support the show today. We really appreciate that. Thanks to everybody for tuning in, participating in the comments section. Me and Pete will be back next Monday night at 10 p.m. or so, sometime next Monday evening to do the Lunch Money Show again. So I hope to see y'all there. Enjoy the rest of y'all's week and have a good morning.